Everybody, yeah, we are on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see, next stream is tomorrow, which is, should say Friday, which is the 11th of July. Okay, at 1 p.m. So, hi to Julia, hi to Vitali, hi to Habi, hi to Oksana, and hi to Manisco. So, I guess it's straight down to rock and roll. And in her speech, hi Manu, great to have you. In her speech, she didn't mention how much her assistant had contributed. Hi Patricia. Yeah, lovely to have you all. Hi Trust, great to have you. So we could do it with not. I think I probably like it the answer better with no, but okay. That's the idea. That's the idea, Vitali. Okay, so did not contain not a word. Oh, that her speech contained not a word about the contribution made by her assistant. That's very good, Oksana. Her speech had no mention of how much was made by the assistant. But that's talking about salary, Habi. Said not a word about the contribution made. That's quite neat, Alex. Thank you. Made no mention of the contribution made. I think that's the neatest one. That's why I put it back to no. Hi there, White Stripes. No mention. Okay, so I'm going to go exactly with what White Stripes has put. Her speech made no mention of the contribution. Made no mention of the contribution made by her assistant. Was marked by a complete and utter refusal to acknowledge. Didn't mention a word of the contribution. Yes. Was not containing. Notice don't trust. You can't use the verb contain in a progressive tense. Did not contain. Contain is a state. Something either contains or it doesn't. So it did not contain. Yeah, I hit the ground running today. Not an easy one. Good. Okay. Hi Adam, lovely to see you. We'll get out of this mess in some way that is not yet known. Or we'll get out of this mess. Hi Yuri. Was all the more marred and criticised as it failed to mention any and all contribution made by her assistant. Lovely to see you, Yuri. We'll get out of this mess in some way that is not yet known. Very good, White Stripes. Nothing in her speech touched upon the veritable real contribution made by her assistant. Well done, Maurits. Welcome, Maurits. Good to have you. Good to have you. Good. So, well done, Oksana. Well done, Manu. Well done, Julia. Okay, so I'm gonna do this in some way or the other. Yes, Yes, Patricia. By hook or by crook, I quite like that. In one way or the other. Well done, Maurits. By any means necessary. By all means necessary. One way or another, says Alex. Whether we like it or not. So we're going to get out of this mess in one way or another. We're going to get out of this mess in one way or another. Okay. You'll have an accident if you put too much in each glass. You'll have an accident if you put too much in each glass. So Patricia says by hook or by crook. On an ad hoc basis, on a basis, Yuri. In an uncharted manner. In an as yet uncharted manner. Get out of this mess, coming rain or shine, come hell or high water. Good. Well done, White Stripes. Well done, Oksana. By fair means or foul, I quite like that. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and something air. Fill yo the brim. Yes, well done, Adam. Well done, Yuri. If you brim it up, you'll have an accident. That's very. I like that. Brim it up. If you brim it up, if you brim the glasses, that's quite interesting. Using it as a verb. Fill the glasses to the brim, says Maurits. Good. If you fill to the brim, you'll have an accident. Yeah, that definitely works, Julia. Silent. Lovely to have you. Fill the glasses to the brim. Well done, Patricia. If you fill the glasses, if you fill each glass to the brim, good, Julia. To the brim. To the capacity, yes. Maybe you should give a thought to being a little more conservative anent the filling of glasses. Brim it up. It's an interesting way of doing it. It sounds very informal, Habby, but it certainly works. I'm sure brim it up. It sounds great to me. Okay. Brim the glasses. Fill the glasses to the brim. Yes, Manu. I don't blame you for feeling upset about this. I don't blame you for feeling upset about this. Drink straight from the bottle. It's very difficult to drink champagne straight from the bottle, P. Come rain or hard water. Well done, Oksana. Well done, White Stripes. Well done, Maurits. Well done, Alex. Well done, Lando. Welcome, Lando. Good to see you. Well done, Adam. Yes. To be or to feel. You need another verb there, Julia. To be upset, to feel upset. You have every right being upset. Yeah, I think an ing would work as well. You have every reason to be upset. Very good, Patricia. So I think I'm going to say you have every right to be upset about this. And let's go for the next. Victor, lovely to see you. It's amazing that she still works in that job. Well done, Don't Trust. Very good, Julia. You have every right to be upset. Ad hoc, when necessary or needed, created or done for a particular purpose as necessary, without working out a plan, just doing it off the cuff. Hi, Anna. Lovely to see you, Anna. Okay, not talking about champagne. The whiskey you can drink out of the bottle. Drinking champagne out of a bottle is not easy. and she still held the job, was enough to amaze me. That's very good, White Stripes. You are entitled to be upset, Manu. Osteoporosis, it's when your bones go weak because of a lack of calcium or a lack of structure. They're holes in your bones and they break really easily. Iraq happens particularly to older people. Well done, Vitali, that's very good. Oh, well done, Alex, you got my extra bit. Never ceases to amaze me. That was the extra twist that I was looking for. Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me. So something never ceases to amaze me. That she's held down. It's a disease characterized by the weakening of the bones, leaves you more susceptible to fractures. Held onto, Lando. That she has held onto, or that she's just held that job. She's held onto that job is enough to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. That she held that job for so long, but she still does it, so it needs to be has held, Patricia. That she still held on to that job was enough to amaze me. Yes, it works, Julia. After all this time, must still held onto the job. Okay, you've got the never ceases to amaze me. The beginning bit doesn't work, Maldives, but the never ceases to amaze me is good. Not whiskey either. I've drunk whiskey out of the bottle. It's not so bad. That he held off on. No, he held on to. That she held on to that job for so long did amaze me. That's very good, Javi. Held in. No. That she is still held. That she's still held at that job. I wouldn't use held like that, Oksana. I would say that they still hold on to her. Okay, but that... okay, that she has held onto that job for so long never ceases to amaze me. Your Slavic background whispers mistakes. Held off, no, held on to. That she has held on to that job. I'd probably say held on to. I think that needs to be two words. To that job for so long never ceases to amaze me. I think onto one word, Habby, is wrong. Ceases with an A. She's held on to that job because I think that she's held on, retained, to that job. Never ceases to amaze me. I was taken aback by her holding on to that job for a donkey's year. For donkey's yeared. Alex says they're equivalent. They could be. Never ceases. Okay, so let's continue. Somehow his ideas often manage to make the task more complex. Dimension. Backed up by the Oxford Dictionary. Thank you, Alex. Hokey Hotey. Don Quixote. Don Quixote. Definitely. Somehow his ideas often manage to make the task more complex. Hold off, keep you aloof, keep you separate from something. I hope the rain holds off. Hold off on that purchase for a couple of weeks and the price will come down. Yes, that's the idea, Vitali. He often manages to add another dimension. I'd add 2 more words with that. Adds an extra dimension to the task. Donkey Kong, Don Quixote, written by Cervantes, added new complex dimensions. He often added new complex dimensions. I like the way you're using complex, Maurits. He often manages to get another dimension into the task. He often adds more complex dimensions to the class. So he often adds another dimension of. He often adds another dimension of. You need the noun now. A third dimension. Complicates things by adding another dimension. He often adds a more complex dimension to the task with his newfangled ideas. Yes, P. Introduces a new dimension which adds another degree of difficulty. Yes, White Stripes. He often contrives to put onerous extra dimensions into the class. I like this word onerous. Onerous is good, trust. He often makes mountains out of molehills. Complexity, thank you, Alex. Adds a 4th dimension. Dimension is like a facet. Yes, exactly. Gibbs adds. Okay, he often adds another dimension of complexity to the task. Let's try the next one. This one's reasonably easy compared to most of the ones we've been doing so far today. The film wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Short. Intricacies. I like that word. So yeah, he often adds a new dimension of intricacies to the task. I think that works very nicely, Maurits. 4th dimension. I quite like Habby's 4th dimension. Alex, bring another dimension to something works as well. Definitely. Yeah, bring another dimension to it. I love it. Fell short of my... Well done, Oksana. Preconceived expectations. Very good, White Stripes. Very good, Yuri. Well done, Alex. Well done, Javi. Well done, Julia. Querido Sancho, dormir con una mujer es como estar sobre un dormante volcano. Un volcán dormido. Dormido. He came up short. The film came up short. That's very good, White Stripes. No, that's Slipknot. Came up short. I like that, White Stripes. Fell short of my liking. It's normally fall short of your expectations. But Slipknot was short of. It was short of, not short to, Maud. It's short of my expectations. Fear Dabs, lovely to see you. Fell short of my expectations. Good, Vitali. Fell short of my expectations. Good, Patricia. Fell short of. Well done, Adam. Hey, Sid, lovely to see you. Fell short sounds better. Yes, Maurits. The film came out short of my expectation. That works, Manu. The film was short of. Short of, don't trust. The film didn't live up to the hype, absolutely. Smash the like, says Julia. The film was nothing short of exciting. That means the film was really good, Yuri. The film was short on excitement. It wasn't as good as it was cracked up to be. The film felt short of cutting the mustard. Good, hubby. Didn't come up to my expectations. Good, Vitali. Came out short of expectation. Yes, Manu. Was short of something. Yes. Short of, not short to. Exactly, Maurits. Let down to short. No, don't trust. The film shortchanged me. Good, Slipknot. It might be my lag this time, Manu, because I've just had a huge woo in my internet. My ping is better, but it's still at half a second. So the film, it was a flop. Yeah. Fell short of my expectations. The film was short. I left. The film fell short. Yeah, it works like that. The film fell short. Full stop. You can use it, just fell short. Was nothing short of mediocre. Very good, Julia. Was short in everything. Was short on, not in. Short on everything. Short in everything. I prefer short on, very definitely. Everything I hoped would interest me fell short. Nothing short of run-of-the-mill. Good, Julia. Was a letdown. Come what may, was to lead you down. Yeah, come what may happen, what may to lead you down the garden path. So, as short as my temper when I hurled tomatoes at the screen. Was a damp squib. It needs to be an A. Adam. Okay. Jurassic World Rebirth exceeded my expectations. Okay, that's good. Slipknot. Tickets are probably sold out, but we might as well call to check. Harm. It was a shot below the belt. So harm. Harm. I fell asleep because the movie fell short. That's fine, hubby. There's no harm in calling to check. Very good, Oksana. Well done, Oksana. Yeah, you can use the us there. I don't think it needs it though, Alex. There's no harm in calling to check. Good, White Stripes. It wouldn't harm if we called to check. Good, Yuri. Squib. The phrase Maurits is a damp squib. A squib is an explosion, a banger, a firework. It needs to be a damp squib. It's saying the gunpowder is wet, Maurits. But it wouldn't do any harm to check. Good, Vitali. There is no harm done if we check. But no harm to check. But there's no harm in checking. Good, Patricia. It won't do. It's do harm, Maurits. Do harm. But no harm in calling to check. Good, Julia. There's no harm in checking. Good, Adam. But no harm to check. There is no harm in our calling to check. Good. That's very nice, hubby. I think I like that answer very much. Would do no harm in checking. So, let's see. But there is no harm in calling to check. It would be harmless. It wouldn't harm calling. Yeah. There's no harm in calling. It wouldn't harm if we called. There's no harm in calling. It wouldn't. I think the first one, there's no harm in calling, sounds better. It wouldn't harm. It wouldn't harm us if we called. It wouldn't. It wouldn't do any harm if we called. No harm in calling to check. Okay, and let's try another. My son completely ignored my advice and spent all his birthday money on video games. Notice. My son, okay, this is easy. My advice. My son didn't heed my advice. Well done, Vitali. Well done, Alex. I warn you that sometimes I leverage my own words with yours. That's good, Manu. It's not a problem. Well done, Oksana. Gave no notice to my advice. It works, Lando. Yes, Lando, definitely. Paid no heed to. Pay. Where's that gone? Pay heed to. Well done, Javi. Didn't take. Well done, Maurits. Well done, Patricia. Take heed of. That's it as well. Take heed of. Took no notice of. Well done, Slipknot. Well done, Fear Dabs. Overlooked. But if you say overlooked, it's giving the idea of by accident. And I think he did this on purpose. Paid no heed to my advice. Good, Julia. Took no notice of my advice. Good, Maurits. My son. Didn't take notice of. Take notice of. Didn't give an iota of notice to. Well done, don't trust. So my son took no notice of my advice. Well done, Manu. Paid no heed to my advice. Ignored my advice. Yes, Fear Dabs. My advice fell on my son's deaf ears. Good. That was Julia. Neglected my advice. Yes, Fear Dabs. Disregarded. Pay to, Manu. Look the other way is intentional. On the contrary. Yeah, to look the other way is intentional. Is it okay? Took no notice of. Took no heed of. Took no heed of. Yes, Patricia, that's fine. Didn't take my advice on board. Yes, Vitali. Hi, Luyanda. Pay no attention to. So paid no attention to, Luyanda. Welcome. Take no notice of. Yes. My son let my advice in one ear and out the other. And spent. Very good, Oksana. I like this little to know. There's no prospect of them winning. I think I like the little best. Good, Patricia. That's good, Patricia. There's no prospect of their winning. Good, Julia. There is no prospect of them winning. Of them to win. No, Hadi. There's no prospect of them winning. the champion. That of, prospect of plus ing. Narrow prospect of winning. High joy deep. Little prospect of them winning, of their winning, joy deep. It seems too little. Little to no prospect, Manu. There's no prospect of them winning. Good. That's good, Alex. There's no prospect of them winning. Good, Yuri. So there's a slim chance of their winning. That's more positive, but I guess it works. There is a deplorable prospect of winning. Yes, trust. There is little chance of preposition plus ing. Exactly, Yuri. Of them, their winning. There is no prospect that Real Madrid could win the World Championship. Yeah, it was deleted yesterday evening by Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, there is little chance of them there winning. So one more, and it's the last one for today. It's this one again. I wanted to repeat this one because you seemed to like it last time, and it's a good old chestnut. It was a really interesting lecture that made us think. It was a really interesting lecture that you can definitely have some ice cream, Patricia. Pistachio ice cream and chocolate ice cream. It's the only two I've got. They trashed Real Madrid last night. To tell you the truth, Javi, for me it's really nice to see somebody trash Real Madrid. It's not because I like football. It's just I hate Real Madrid. Gave us food for thought. Well done, White Stripes. Well done, Vitali. There's no prospect of me speaking English without making mistakes in the foreseeable future. That is a brilliant sentence, Yuri. That's a really good sentence. No mistakes. Well done, Slipknot. Was defeated mercilessly. Was without not a food. Food is normally uncountable, Yuri. Was real food for thought. Gave us ice cream for thought. Yes. I think that's an interesting modification to the metaphor. Well done, Maurits. Well done, for food for thought. No hour, Julia. Gave us food for thought. Good, Firdavs. Food for my thoughts. Yes, Manu. Made a lot of food for thought to us. I have no idea, Slipknot. Porto's a really lovely town, though. Normally, Javi, it's normally to give somebody food for thought. Gave us something to chew on. It was a really interesting lecture that gave us food for thought. And that's enough for today. Gave us food for thought. Well done, Julia. It was a really interesting lecture that gave impetus to my food for thought. Yeah, I'm going to take that, Joy Deep. Or maybe data. Food for my breathing brain. Okay, so next stream is tomorrow, Friday, the 11th of July at 1 p.m. UK time. Cooks the food for thoughts. That is real food for thought. Good, Yuri. Very good, Javi. The funny thing for me is football is not my thing, but I loathe Real Madrid. Pesh Melba for thought. Ooh, sounds very nice. made us rack our brains. That's very good to think about it. So thank you, Maurits. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Manisco. It's lovely to have you. So thank you to Alex and Don't Trust. Thank you to Fear Dabs. And thank you to Hadi and Joy Deep Data. Thank you to Julia and Manisco and Manu Gorndi. And thank you to Maurits and Patricia. Thank you to Slipknot and Yuri and Vitali and White Stripes. Thank you, all of you. It's been great having you. French fries with Bernays. Yeah, French fries with Bernays sounds very nice as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you, Slipknot. Yeah, thank you, Rupesh. Great to have you. And Hadi, lol. Great to see you, Hadi. Unfortunately, we've just come to the end. Thanks a lot, Hadi. When it comes to grammar, not a single mistake will get past you. Well, maybe one or two, unfortunately. I'm getting slower. My pleasure, Joy Deep. Thank you, Don't Trust. How much ice cram? Well, at least 4 peach Melba's worth. Much obliged, Don't Trust. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.